Out of the 2,641 employees, 56.5% were females, were that 43.5% were males. Similarly, under number 2 on the leadership above, we noted that the 3% were women and 67.77% were males. Further, 20.83% of the officers in leadership, in top leadership, were youth.
Members, if you have any question, observation, kindly you can take the floor. But Governor, I just wanted to know the number of CECs you have and the CEOs separately. How many CECs do you have? How many are women? How many are female and male? And also CEOs, how many are female? How many are male?
The number of CECs in total are 8 in number, excluding, of course, the governor and the deputy governor. And out of the 8, 3 are female gender. The CEOs total are 16 and 5 are female gender. Chair.
You will notice that the number of people employed in Tharaka Nithi County that are of people living with disabilities is 1% out of the total number of employees in Tharaka Nithi County. That is way below 5%, the required threshold to be employed in an organization. So I wanted a clarification, Governor. Why have you deliberately decided not to follow the law? There are some people who are employed in Tharaka Nithi counties who are of the age of 60 to 64. I wanted to know who are these 9 people. Are they people living with a disability? Or on which grounds are they still holding positions in Tharaka Nithi County? If you go to page 3, number 11, you will notice that the governor has deliberately employed 1,813 people who are Meru in community, Meru ethnic community of Meru, and the law says that the National Cohesion and Integration Act, Section 7 provides that no public establishment shall have more than 1/3 of its staff from one same ethnic community. If you do a quick calculations, you will find that in number 11, the 1,813 people employed represent, so the 1/3 of it is 880. So the governor has deliberately employed a lot of people coming from one ethnic community, which is contrary to the law.
We have a very heavy presence of the male community in Tharaka affairs. I am not saying that the Tharakas or the Merus should have no opportunities in Tharaka. I'm only arguing that in the spirit of devolution, where a people in a region then are entitled to their share of the equitable share of revenue, then of course naturally should benefit as we consider the 30% regional representation rule. So I would want to hear a comment on the heavy presence of the Meru people in the affairs of Tharaka County.
Because first and foremost, he has talked about a county that does not exist. If you look at the county you invited here, you invited Tharaka Nithi County. But Senator Wambua is talking about Tharaka County, which does not exist. So I don't know whether you'll allow me to give him an opportunity to rectify, or do I just ignore the question because I don't have a county called Tharaka?
Those are semantics. There is no county in this country called Tharaka Nithi, called Tharaka. We are referring to Tharaka Nithi. And the context of the question was about giving counties names that denote communities. Denoting means making reference to communities. Thank you.
On the issue of the name, now I can be able to answer on Tharaka Nithi. The issue of the name, Tharaka Nithi County is not named after a community because the name of the county is Tharaka Nithi County. And therefore is not one of those counties you'd say that is named after a community, because there's no community called Tharaka Nithi. That is the name of the county. On the issue of having Merus invade the county is talking about, that again is neither here nor there because we don't have a county called Tharaka. But allow me to just enlighten the people, the candidates in this room, that the people called Meru occupies what we call Meru County, Tharaka Nithi County. We have a bit of them in Isiolo, a bit of them in Laikipia, and a bit of them in Kitui County. And this big name called Meru, actually there is no community called Meru in Tharaka Nithi. If you went to Tharaka Nithi and asked Meru, it is not there. It's in the records. The people exist who are not recognized by law as separate entities are as follows, Chair. We have the Mwembe community. Mwembe in the law are recognized as Merus. They occupy 30% of Tharaka Nithi County. We have Mudambe, who occupy about 10%. We have the Chuka, who are also considered as Merus. They occupy about another 30%. We have Mberes there, who are also in the community, but they are considered as Mberes. Then we have Tharaka, who are recognized by law as an ethnic community by itself.
The response makes reference to Meru. It is silent on any other references that the governor is making. So should we be guided by this or the other communities that he's talking about? Because they are not here, they are not mentioned.
The issue that Senator Wambua is raising is why the Meru people have invaded Tharaka Nithi County, which is supposed to be a county of Tharaka. That is how he put it. And I want to
Nominated, not invaded.
Nominated.
Yes. And it is
Dominated.
jobs. It's not like
Dominated. Every assistant governor. Senator, let me just finish first, then I can
Point of order, Chair.
clarify.
Let you finish. Yes, what's your point?
Is the senator for Tharaka Nithi in order to attempt to try and assist the governor?
No, I'm not assisting.
And this question is to the governor.
I'm not assisting the governor. That the people of the ethnic community called Meru, they constitute about 65% of the total population of people living in Tharaka Nithi, and therefore they're in the rightful place. It's only that maybe Senator Wambua is not aware. Yeah. Then we have the Tharaka community, which is an ethnic group by itself. Then we have other communities or ethnic communities like Mbere and Embu, who are also found there, and also Kamba. Thank you, Chair.
Now, that is a very good answer.
Chair, maybe I have a very different version.
I'll give you opportunity.
Chair, allow me to talk. No.
Okay, let me give you, kindly.
Chair, allow me to make some observations. We do not have Meru people living in Tharaka Nithi County. The only people living in Meru in Tharaka Nithi County are called Tharaka Nithi. We have 3 dialects, distinct dialects. we have the Chukas, we have the Mwembes and Naraka. Anybody in the name of Meru is living in Meru County. So I think this information that the governor has presented before us is neither there nor there.
Is it in order for Senator for Tharaka Nithi to purport that the document that the governor has presented before this committee is false?
No, he didn't use the word false. I didn't hear that. No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Continue,
that is what is purported.
Gatai.
I am trying to cast doubts on the document that is brought. Maybe the people did some conversation of tribes in Tharaka Nithi were not right for advice, because Chair, I'm a Tharaka Nithi person. When the governor of Meru appears before here, she will present a similar document, where we have, in Meru County, the so-called Meru, if somebody tells you that he or she comes from Meru, that one comes from Meru County. But, we ran away from those historical perspectives. When somebody tells you that you come from Meru, then you can't tell somebody from Tharaka that he comes from Meru County. Actually, if this document find its way to some parts of Tharaka or some Meru, there will be a lot of issues.
Right,
The distinct tribes, the governor should have done, he should have told us.
No, he cannot.
You look at number 16. Number 16 is correctly put. This is Tharaka. He should have told us we have the Chukas people, Omenadei, and the Mwembes, who are the Chogorias, and Mberes, because we have the Mbere community. We have the Mbere community which is captured. Then we should have Chuka people who are supposed to be captured. We have Mwembes who are supposed to be captured. Tharaka people who have been captured, who have been correctly captured actually. That is the issue, is that the government should have told us. But when you lump all these people, the Chukas, the Mwembes and everybody, you call them Meru, I think this information is...
Point of order, Honorable.
What's your point of order?
Yeah, I don't want us to lap a march on this, because a number of communities normally use a collective name. They don't segregate. For example, the Kalenjins. When they were presenting, they gave you the name Kalenjin. But inside Kalenjin, allow me to speak, Honorable.
We have already on a point of order. No, she's already on a point of order.
You cannot compare...
Let her allow me to speak, because I'm on a point of order.
Yes.
Yeah, Kalenjin, we have around 15 of them. We have the Pokots, we have the Kipsigis, name it. And they don't normally appear. So I think how the governor have just presented the case is that is how a number of them have been presented, and that is how I think the data office has been using it. Unless we want all these communities to be segregated, that is when we can now have these other names.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
This is can I just and I believe there's a reason why the governor responded in the way that he responded. Let us not confuse issues. The governor has said on record that the percentage of the Merus in Tharaka Nithi County is 65%. Now, we can correct.
Please, let's have order, please.
We can correct that information if there will be need to correct the information. But Chair, let me lastly say that I believe that the composition of the staffing for Meru for Tharaka Nithi County was not an exercise that people just sat down and thought through numbers. It's data, it's documentation. I mean, there must be a way. So my brother, Uncle Senator Mofaya, don't impose Chukas in this list because they are not captured. Don't impose the Mwembes in this list because they are not captured. The question that you should be asking is, why are Chukas not part of the establishment?
So are we saying through the governor? So, Governor, do we take it...
Excuse me. Senator Ombo?
Yes.
You are done?
I'm done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can now.
It is on record that a document has been tabled by the governor for Tharaka Nithi that details what is detailed on that document. It is further on record, Chair, that the governor has clarified to all and sundry that 65% of his 68% of his county workforce is the Merus. Chair, the only way we can allow anything else contrary to what the governor is presenting and try to impeach the information, Chair, is if you table documents of that effect on record, Chair.
Thank you, Senator Chimera. Thank you. Now,
So, you know, I'm saying this, Honorable Chair, maybe to diffuse politics, you know, because, you know, when you say and 67% of the Rakanithi County constitute for people of Meru County, I think that is not in order.
Chair and honorable senators, I just want to simplify this for you. I also want first and foremost to commend my senator because of his activism. He's a human rights activist. He protects his people, which I really appreciate, and he's my friend. But I would like to advise him how he can be able to help the situation he's alluding to. You know, Chair, we are guided by the law, which is written, which is in the Constitution. If you look at the Constitution of Kenya, it recognizes 42 tribes. I'm not very sure whether we have the additional that were given the other day, but the traditionally is 42 tribes. If you go to that list, you'll not find anybody called Chuka, anybody called Mudambe, Mwembe. That is what we would like, and that's what the Senate is alluding. But this is not the right forum. It should be able to take a motion to Senate and ensure that those communities are recognized by the law as ethnic communities and be put there among the 42 tribes of Kenya. What is there at the moment is Tharaka, which is recognized as a tribe, and Meru. Those sub-tribes you're talking about, which are not recognized by law, they are recognized as Meru community. Mwembe, Mudambe, Chuka, those are Meru. Tharaka is a ethnic community by itself. Mbere, they are Mbere, but we have a small section living in Tharaka-Nithi. Kamba is Kamba, we have a small percentage living in Tharaka-Nithi. That is the point, so that we don't spend all the time arguing something that is not in the law.
Just hold on, Governor. Maybe through the chair, I would advise the governor to give us a breakdown of the directs. What is Tharaka-Nithi County in the name of Chuka, what percentage, Mwembe, what percentage, Tharaka, what percentage, Mbere, what. And I can see the chair, the County Public Service Commission is around. So
Chair.
It's important for our consumption. It's important even for this committee. It's important for us to consume that kind of information.
okay, thank you very much.
Just the way we have been doing to other counties.
Okay, Madam.
Because we have been having a lot of trouble even with the way Madam Vice is saying about the KALENJINs.
Okay,
Somebody comes and employs the entire KIKUYUs and tells these are KALENJINs. We want to know how many Tugans are there, how many Nandis are there. Because this community chair is about equal opportunities.
okay, thank you.
Because people, right? I think you are getting my argument.
Yeah, completely, yes.
Chair, just for record, my ethnicity is Tharaka-Nithi because I represent the whole of the county. I don't know whether the senator would allude to the same for his tribe, but that's a tribe that I belong to.
Chair, that is a political ethnicity, but you could be having a political ethnicity.
There's no clan called Tharaka-Nithi. He has even said it before.
Yes. There is no clan called Tharaka-Nithi. Nithi is a river.
Yes.
Thank you, through the chair. I would want to know from His Excellency the Governor. Do you have a docket that directly deals with PWDs?
Governor?
Yes, Chair, we have a docket that has got a CEC and it's got a chief officer and directors that deals with PWD, which is together with gender and other related issues.
Are there some existing structures, incentives, policies that are formulated maybe to make sure that we bring those PWDs in
That
county
is,
government?
that's
Because
a
you
good
know the governor casually mentioned that you cannot just go and pick somebody from home and give him a job.
It is a second term. So far, what have you done so far? And what are you intending to do in the next 3 years. Governor, you can get people, PWDs from even Marsabit. I come from Marsabit. You can get it from Isiolo. Neighbors too. You can get it from Embu. From, so what we are asking you is, we are going to present these documents before the House. So what we are asking you, what programs, the same thing Governor, Senator Gatai is asking you. So then the same Governor.
I can be a governor.
Okay. So, so Governor, just explain to us so that we have it on record.
My senator is a former MCA. Last time I checked on record, there was a PWD Act, Persons Living with Disability Act, that was passed by the County Assembly. Actually, the record tells me he was the mover of the motion. I don't know how he forgot so easily that the act is there.
What we passed was implemented. That was my
And he has never told me he has been an MCA.
That is
No,
what
you are
we,
an MCA before.
That is what we
He was chair of park, Chairman.
That is where we start.
Chair of park.
Yeah, that is what we are implementing now.
Proceed, yes.
And to tell you that we are on top of things implementing the regulations, that the act that he passed, the regulations have been put in place. That is why we have a department with directors, chief officer, CEC. Out of the total of 81, out of total of 34 that are employed in the county government at the moment, 15 are employed after devolution. That means we made a deliberate effort that had not been made in the previous years because of the new law. So it is work in progress, and I promise that it's only that opportunities to employ really are not there. If you look like the record shows that for the last I think 3 years, we have only employed, I think, 77 people, technical staff who are required because of replacement of those who have left service, and those we have introduced probably levels of service that requires technical support. So we want to promise that we'll continue. It's only that employment is also challenged by availability of opportunities, resources, and also the technical department may also be challenged in the same.
How many advisors do you have?
Yes, Chair, first of all, I don't know why Senator Lomanen did not declare his interest here, because among these senators here, except my senator, is only Senator I've eaten ugali in his house in Turkana. He's been a very good friend of mine. We served together in Parliament, and I know he's looking forward to being a governor of Turkana, and he's trying to gauge how many advisors he can have. I have very few. My friend, I have very few. I only have 3 that are allowed by the law. I have the economic advisor, I have a political advisor, and legal advisor. Only 3.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Governor.
On the first question, Governor, and I don't know whether it's deliberate you didn't give us the composition of your county public service board, though they're here, but I'm interested to know the ethnicity, the composition of the members. It appears to me like they are all 100% from Meru. Maybe you'll give a comment on that one. The other issue is on question number 4.
Governor, note it down, please. Note it down so that you don't.
Question number 4, Chair, on the procurement and access to government opportunities by the youth, women, and PWDs. You've given us a figure of Kenya shillings 1,534,412,613 in the financial year that is 23-24. I have not seen the total procurement spent from Tarakaniti, so that we are able to now quantify whether indeed you are compliant by what you've awarded to PWDs, youth, and women. This figure you are referring to, maybe I can read it for clarity, that you are saying the county government of Tarakaniti paid goods and services worth Kenya shillings 1.5 billion. Is that what was budgeted as your procurement plan, the procurement spent, or this is a figure you paid for goods and services?
Because we have a duty which is supposed to be tabled before the House in the next few weeks. I want to retract what Senator Lama just alluded to, that Tharaka-Nithi has employed 68% from Meru County, Meru people. I think that is a very negative political record, maybe for the governor, because this committee is on record having required the governor to present the city breakdown maybe the next 2 weeks, so that we can get to know exactly who is employing Tharaka-Nithi and not people from Meru County. I think that report is not true. And I want to assure you I'm very much alive to the fact that Tharaka-Nithi, in very many parastatals, in very many ministries, in very many quarters in this country, we are terribly marginalized. I don't know for what reasons. You find a parastatal with a composition of about 5,000 people more, no people from Tharaka. And I'm not saying people from Chuka or Mwembe or from Tharaka, I'm saying people from Tharaka-Nithi. You just come around, you don't find a Chuka person there. You don't find a Mwembe person there. You don't find a Tharaka person there, including even the Parliamentary Service Commission where we work from. We have a lot of issues that are supposed to be interrogated. So when this report maybe is tabled before the House, these are some of the pertinent issues that we are supposed to interrogate and make sure that we enjoy equal opportunities in this country, just like any other person, because this country is composed of 2 tribes, actually 3 tribes. We have the KIKUYUs and the KALENJINs. Those are who are eating the bigger part of the Kenyan cake, which is very abnormal, which is not fair, and it's something that as a country we must interrogate thoroughly and make sure that anybody who happens to be a Kenyan, whether you are a Turkana, whether you are a Pokomo, whether you are from any quarter of this country, we enjoy equal opportunities. We
Point
enjoy
of correction, Chair.
Yeah, it's not
What is your
correction.
point of correction?
Yeah, the point of correction is that most of these things are done based on the population. So the issue of the KIKUYUs and KALENJINs, I don't think the MOFA is right, unless it has to do with the data for the entire communities that we have in this country.
Madam, we have the data.
We have the data.
Yeah.
Those are the
You are
people who...
not in most of our meetings before, but we have the data.
Chair, even budget committee or finance committee deals with the data. So
Well,
unless we want to go that direction,
Madam
Chair.
Opecha, with all due respect,
We've raised this issue
you know,
before,
we are
so-
talking out of records. We are prosecuted about 23 cases. Actually, the case for Tharaka-Nithi is 23rd one. And all the governors that have been before this committee, including the parastatals, including the PSC where she is a member. Actually, she's the vice chair. If you go through that record, you find that there are no people from Tharaka-Nithi in the PSC, even in the current PSC.
Okay.
So,
Let's conclude.
Governor, thank you very much. And that is very true. Even they are not Turkanas. We cannot have just 2 people.
No, that is.
eating
Can you conclude, please?
70%
Because that issue.
So, Chair, thank you very much, and I think I wish the governor well. I think the issue that we have been able to prosecute, including the PWs, the youth, and all these things, we end a case here, which I don't want to mention to the governor. A very good example from one of the governors in Western Kenya, where he has put up a system called Nawiri, where he's Nawiri, yeah.
Nawiri Fund.
Yeah, it's a Nawiri Fund. Where I think we can share that one quietly when you get time. You know, ideas are, you cannot exhaust ideas. Tunaenda tukiongeza hapa na pale. I think it's more than governor. Otherwise, you are doing well. I am nothing personal. You know, we must prosecute these issues.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Senator.
We wish you well, and when you go back, please say hi to people.
Thank you, Senator.
Nawaambia hapa tuko ngangari mbaya sana. We are very much on top of this.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. Because of time, we want to conclude this meeting.
This is an issue that is replicated all over Kenya, where in even those poor communities you're talking about, the employment be skewed towards the village. And I'll give you a very good example without even having to mention Tharaka-Nithi. You go to Kisii, they call themselves Kisii, but there's Nyamira and the Kisii County. You find most of people who are in parastatals and many places, including Parliament, are from Kisii County. Nyamira are considered to be Kisiis. If you go to the Kalenjin community, it's the same case. You might find very many Kipsigis, and they tell you Kalenjin is considered. In Tharaka-Nithi, where we have 68% being Merus, I can tell you that the positions of employment in this country are covered by people from Meru County. Tharaka-Nithi, very minimal. Our recommendation, because you're in registration, why don't we move away from this one of 42 tribes and go down to sub-tribes, or better still, counties, so that we move away from employment per ethnicity, we go to employment per county. That is the only way we will ensure that every county gets the share irrespective of ethnicity. Because if we had that, then we'll not be talking about all the employments of Meru people going to Meru County. That is what Gataya has been alluding to. And that is what pushed the people of Tharaka from Tharaka Nithi to agitate and lobby for their own tribe to be recognized in the 42 tribes of Kenya. In fact, most of our people in Tharaka Nithi, if you go to an interview, ask what is your tribe, they don't say Meru, they say Tharaka, because they know Tharaka. When they check Tharaka, they'll find very few people they get an opportunity. If they say they're Meru, they tell you we have an overemployed. But of course, they are from Meru County. I'm sure, Chair, you get that rightly.